What's up, y'all? This is your boy Gerald. Peace and blessings to everybody. I hope that everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend. Some of us had to work, but it's all good because this is a prelude to a beautiful summer. I don't know about y'all, but it's already hot. It's already hot, and you know, I've got this buzz in my spirit that this is going to be the summer that's going to define everybody, your direction and stuff. But I unfortunately had, well, it wasn't a bad thing. I got in contact with a lot of people, and I've started to notice a trend, especially on the relationship side of things. It's like everybody is starting to have issues, and not to downplay it. I think a lot of it has to do with uh, if things are not spiritually connected, they're they're being revealed. There's a reflection on that, and this dear friend of mine, was pretty down in the dumps about that, and we've all been there. We've all been there, but it also depends on how you choose to deal with whatever is bringing despair in your life. So I was thinking last night, and I said, right now a lot of people are being faced with the issues of their personal wealth, their personal worth, the self-worth, your self-esteem, who you are, your personality, the spiritual force that drives the vehicle, who we are, and is displayed out in the world. And we got into a really good conversation about it, and I figured out a real sure way of getting a snapshot of your personal self worth. Real simple. Okay, 95% of the way we communicate is either by email, text messages, and of course the cell phone. So I told my friend, I said, look, if you really want to know how you're being perceived, you actually do three things. Number one, take the time to go into your text messages. Take the time to read them. Read how you more or less was communicating, and see if you notice a trend between all the communication across the board. That's a pretty good indication of how you're being perceived. If you don't like it, tighten it up, or put some censorship behind that. Because a person's not is only going to treat you how you are being allowed to, or what you're portraying. And unfortunately, because we live in a society that we do, I've noticed that a lot of people are not comfortable in their own skin. So with that being said, how can you require or desire love and affection and attention, diligence, honesty, when you're not doing that for yourself? So what I'm getting at is, if you're not putting forth a barrier, or shall I say, you're not requiring of yourself to do that within yourself, because everything starts with you. You can't turn around and expect someone else to understand. So what I'm saying is, if you want someone to love you, shouldn't you love yourself first? I mean, it's just a thought. People are only going to go off of what is illustrated. So with that being said, I mean, I talked to this person a great deal, and I'm very honored that they consider me as a friend. I take pride in that. So I'm just a phone call away from them. For those who just give me a call if you need. I'm here. Um, but with that being said, the best way to find out your self worth, or how you're being portrayed, you go into your contacts. You take the time and look at every one of them. Look at when they were actually put in there. Look at when the last time you communicated. And with that being said, ask yourself, what is this communication worth? What is this person bringing to the table that I need them to be in contact with me? If it seems like you are reaching out and the flow of communication sender receiver feels like you're giving 90% and they're only giving you 10, they don't respect you. They don't, unfortunately. So you have to balance that. So what you do is, after you've taken account of that, the people that you have not talked to or more or less serve no purpose in your life, and I'm saying that from a true, sincere place. I'm not saying that from a manipulative point of view. I'm saying, you know what, these people truly care about your best interest. Keep that in mind, because some people say, well, you know what, I'm gonna just cut these people out and bump them. Okay, well, think about this. Could it possibly be that the communication that was last conveyed, there was a disagreement? Maybe it was something that you may have done, or maybe it might have been something they have done, and you choose to have a position that is you're not gonna stoop to the level. So then you got to ask yourself, what is my value in that person? If this person by chance is not responding to you for a great deal of time, and they haven't moved to Zimbabwe or don't have an internet connection to send out a response like, hey, I'm alive, blah blah blah, nothing really viable, you need to let that go. Let it go. It serves you no purpose. None. Now, what will happen is, by choosing to elect to do that, not only does that clear up data in your phone and your computer or wherever you decide to store it, but it prevents you from, you always hear people say, oh, I accidentally drunk text, wow, or I accidentally drunk called, or in a time of emotion you wanted to reach out. Now look, depending on how that person's value is, I'm not saying ostracize yourself, but if they're not serving any value to your life, why are you holding on to them? You're holding on to a ghost. That's the reality of it. Now, I'm a firm believer. God doesn't do anything by chance. He does everything by design. So the people that should come in your life should not only elevate you, they're going to help you grow. Because at the end of the day, it is your legacy. No one can dictate that. You can. So shouldn't you be able to dictate how your life plays out? You should. If you love yourself, you will. And you should expect that. So if you're coming up short, or they're not giving the expectation that is required of you to honor you, do yourself not the disservice of trying to hold on. And it may take some time. Now, if God brought this person into your life, they too will change. But everything happens in His time, not ours. So we have to be diligent. We have to do what's required. And we have to walk by faith and not by sight. See, a lot of times, it seems like people are looking for Mr. and Mrs. Right, but they tend to find Mr. and Mrs. Right now. You can't build off of that. The foundation wasn't there, which means the value was never there. I think you deserve better. I think that there's someone that needed to hear that. If it's not balanced, you cannot expect it to stand. You can't. So, take the time, look through your means of communication, ask yourself what value they serve in your life. Now, I will say this too. Do not take a position of vindictiveness, because that will in turn come back to you and open a door that you do not want, because God wants you to have a position of love, unconditional love, for those who are in situations where relationships were estranged, or maybe through single relationships, or status of marriage, and it just didn't work. You owe it yourself to keep a line of communication there. It doesn't have to be direct, because at the end, guess what? People do change. And if they want to be in your life, they're going to change for the better, and you should do it as well. Rome was not built in one day. So you can't expect your communication to be repaired that way. It doesn't work that way. But communication is also one of those situations where it is never perfected. So that means you got to constantly perfect it by starting off being a good listener. The number one concern we hear a lot of women say: men do not communicate. Or you hear, I talk to him, but he don't listen. Well, try another approach. Now, if it gets to a point where that's not working, then you have to make it. You have to do what's viable for yourself, and your happiness is very, very important. So, I'm running out of time. Thank you for those who have found my videos. I made a decision the beginning of this year to chronicle my life as I walk in my faith with Christ. And I'm going to tell you, y'all, I'm very happy. And if there was a way I can convey the joy that I have to you, I would do it. I would do it. If you have any questions or any concerns, feel free to drop them here at YouTube. Or if you don't want to, I can be reached via email at cdmixers@yahoo.com. That's cdmixers@yahoo.com. Or I can be reached at Facebook as well. Gerald Davis is GerldDavis at facebook.com. Look up the location of Virginia Beach, Virginia, and you can hit me up that way. I hope this video has helped someone. I had a feeling someone may be at a crossroads, but at the end of the day, you deserve to be happy. We got a beautiful summer ahead with new experiences that are deserving of you. At the end of the day, it should be all about having a good heart, a smile on your face, and favor. Thank you guys for looking at my video. Feel free to pass them out. I just put them out there when he tells me to put a message out. And lastly, be blessed. Thank you.